offensive defense, that's what it is all about. Morant on the draw and just erupts over the top of Baines.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video, man. In my last video where I talked about the power of playmaking takeover, I said 20,000 likes and I would drop this build video for you guys. So I decided to call it a Ja Morant build. I didn't really know what NBA player to go with. You guys let me know after you watch this video and you see the build and you see the gameplay, what NBA player this represents the best, past, present, doesn't matter. What NBA player? I went with Ja Morant because he's great attacking the basket. He's quick, he's fast, he's explosive, and once this build hits 99 overall, he'll be able to shoot at least decent. Ja Morant's a pretty decent shooter, but you guys know how this game is, man. It's like a little one-dimensional, okay? It's a little one-dimensional for my liking. At this point, we all know what works, what doesn't, what badges are good, what builds are good, and it just feels a little one-dimensional to me. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Is this game a little one-dimensional, or do you feel that it is very balanced and every build has a fair and equal potential to be great? You guys let me know. While you're down there, drop a like on the video. If we could get 20,000 likes on this video, just like the last one, that would be great, man. I'd appreciate it. But without further ado, let's get right into the build. Now, I do want to mention, I'm going to show you the attributes, the badges, the animations, how to make the build, and I have gameplay for you. I broke it up. I put it all in different spots and whatnot, okay? But first, the attributes. Now, realize, I'm only a 93, so you're going to get +4 to all attributes. So, you're going to have a 78 mid-range and a 70 3-pointer, which, I'm going to tell you right now, if you have hot spots, you'll be able to shoot decent. The way this game is, you basically need mid to high 80s or into the 90s to shoot consistent from 3. But what I really like about this build is it attacks the basket like a beast. It's a fun ISO build. The defense is actually really good for a build that does not have any red in the pie chart. And like I said, I'm already shooting mids pretty decent, but once I hit 99, I feel like if I get hot spots, I'll be able to shoot at least respectable. You know what I mean? They're going to have to come out and guard me a little bit, which then you're going to see this build going to the basket is no joke. Now, one thing you guys always, I feel like, comment below, and I don't ever show it, is the badges in the animation. So real quick, as you can see, 15, 10, 23, and 8, very balanced. I don't have all my badges yet. As you can see, I didn't max this build out completely, but I have enough that I could show you kind of what this build is all about. And now real quick, I will show you the animations that I use, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. You guys can pause the video if you want, but I feel like people always say, show your animation. So here you go. This is what I use on this build. It changes depending on what build I'm using, obviously, but this is what I use on this build. There's my shooting, my dribbling right here. I always use LeBron James style, by the way. It's just what I'm used to, but it's funny. I actually use Ja Morant size up, and this is a Ja Morant build video. So that actually works out. You get all the contact dunks, all the alley-oops. You see my layups, my dunks, all that type of stuff. Let's get into some gameplay real quick. I'm gonna show you this gameplay, and then I'll show you how to create the build. So as you can see, most people try to stand in the paint, but even with a 74 mid-range, I feel like I can shoot it at least respectable enough that they gotta come guard me a little bit, otherwise I'll be able to knock it down. And remember, I only have 5 out of 10 shooting badges, so I feel like on this build, it's kind of like a small version of my LeBron build, but I made this build before Patch 2 came out, which made pro dribble moves at 80 ball control. So I was like, you know what? I got my LeBron build, but I can only get normal dribble moves. Might as well make a build where I get pro dribble moves, and that's what I made this build for. And then, of course, they changed it. So, you know, you could say it was a waste of VC, but I'm not going to lie. This build plays a lot different than my LeBron build. One, it's way faster, but it's way weaker. And what I mean by that is my LeBron build, I could go into the post and bully smaller guards, but this build is not going to do that. Instead, when this build is at 99, I'm going to have like a 98 speed, 99 vertical, 98 acceleration, something like that. I forget exactly what it is, but it's going to be like 97 or higher in all of the speed and vertical categories. So that's going to be, you know, pretty crazy. I mean, even the way it is right now, you see how fast I am. Like, the dude guarding me is just playing, you know, just basically just playing paint, and then if he does that, I'm getting contact dunks on him. So it's kind of like, I just feel like I'm basically unstoppable. Okay, so Ja Morant, yeah, he was Rookie of the Year this year. He got 99 first place votes out of 100. 99 out of 100 first place votes. It's pretty damn impressive. Now, I think Zion probably would have ended up winning it, but he just didn't play enough games for him to end up winning the award. Like, you can't play only, like, you know, a quarter of the season and expect to win the award. So, in my opinion, Ja Morant definitely fully 100% deserved Rookie of the Year. And I think he's got a bright future. They just missed out on the playoffs. You know, they had the little playing game with Portland, and they just couldn't beat Portland. So they just missed out on the playoffs. But let's get into how to create this build now. Okay, so I checked this build out at point guard, shooting guard, and small forward. And in my opinion, it was best at small forward. Okay, now this is the yellow and the blue pie chart. My favorite pie chart from last year. It's not as good this year, but it's still a fun ISO build to play on. Now, I went for the physical pie chart. I went speed and vertical, okay? Obviously, it fits Ja Morant really well, and you're going to have 97 or higher in speed, excel, and vertical, so I think it's really good. Now, I maxed out close shot, driving layup, driving dunk, mid-range three-pointer free throw, and then I put post fade up until I got 10 shooting badges. Max out pass accuracy, ball handling, put 3 ticks up on post moves to get that extra playmaking badge. Then you're going to max out perimeter, lateral, steal, offensive, defensive rebound, put the rest on interior defense, and there you have it. Nice, even badge spread, and a very good ISO build in 2K20. Now, I went 6'5". I know it's a little taller than Ja, but 6'5" is the perfect height for this build. 177 pounds, the heaviest you can go with still getting maxed out speed, excel, and vertical. Then, this is important, 84.2 on the wingspan, because that's going to give you contact dunks off the rip, speed boost, momentum, all that off the rip. And at 99 overall with the +4 to all attributes, you will have a 70 three-pointer. So you are breaking into the 70s on your shooting, which is very, very important. I feel like that's going to give you a nice little boost as opposed to being in the 60s. But as I said in this game, it's a little one-dimensional, so he's still not going to be that great of a shooter. Now, I feel like Slasher Takeover would probably fit like Ja Morant better, but I went Playmaker just to be a little unique, have a different type of takeover, and when they put ankle breakers back in the game, that'll be really fun. You see they call it a slashing playmaker. The player comparisons, don't even look at that because this game is really bad with the player comparisons. I don't know what they're thinking. I've seen a two-way slashing playmaker get compared to Steph Curry. I've seen a playmaking shot creator get compared to Russell Westbrook. I've seen some really, really weird player comparisons, so don't even worry about that. But I got a couple more gameplays here for you. I cut them up into clips because I just wanted to show you what the build was capable of. But I want to get your honest opinion. I talked about this in the beginning of the video, but I want to elaborate on it a little bit more. I feel like NBA 2K21 current gen is very one-dimensional right now. I feel like if you don't use the meta lineup, you're always at a disadvantage. Like, first of all, check this out. I feel like nobody uses Euro steps this year, but I'm telling you right now, if you're this build or this type of build and the dude is on your hip bumping you, if you Euro step and get in front of him, it almost like breaks off the body contact, and it's a really, really good way to finish around the basket, okay? That's just a quick little pro tip for anyone using these ISO type of builds, not using the typical playmaking shot creators that everyone's playing on that I'm talking about right now. I feel like you're always at a disadvantage because they basically made it so that if you're not, a high 80s or into the 90s three ball, you're very inconsistent. Now, we asked, listen, and I was one of the main proponents of this. I was one of the main people that said, make shooting harder, and I fully stand by that, okay? So don't be like, dude, you said you want shooting to be harder. Yes, you should not be able to shoot with a 40 or a 50 three-pointer. But if you have a high 70s three ball or a low 80s three ball, I feel like you should be able to hit pretty consistent. Maybe not that of a pure sharp, but there's a big difference between having a 53 ball and having a 78 three-pointer. I know a lot of the perimeter locks, the sharp locks and stuff, they're very inconsistent from three. And I know a lot of them have high 70s or low 80s three-pointers and they're struggling to shoot. Now, I don't know how you guys feel, but I feel like I understand. A 47 three-pointer, a 57 three-pointer, you should struggle to shoot. But then you got pure sharp shooting like this, making 40% contested whites, and then you're out there with a 78 three ball and you can't hit wide open in the corner. I think something's missing. I feel like the balance is a little bit off. It can easily be fixed, but we got next gen coming out pretty damn soon. I don't know if they're really gonna even want to fix it. You know what I mean? I feel like just all the focus is on next gen, and I hope that game really revolutionizes 2K. We need something new, something fresh. This game feels like just a reskin of last year's game, in my opinion. Now, I do have fun on it for a little while. I could play it for like an hour or so, But then after that, I'm like, damn, I feel like I'm just doing the same thing over and over and over again. I don't know how you guys feel, but in my opinion, we need something fresh. Next gen needs to be crazy. Current gen, it can hold us over for another month, make a couple new builds or something to have fun. But we need something crazy for next gen. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a like, subscribe if you guys are new. I'm out. Peace.